Good morning, good day, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marco, your racecaster for today, and welcome to the historic race at Le Mans, hosted by Race Mania. Qualifying is to start in about 3 minutes as everyone is finishing up their practice session. In today's race we will have two categories racing. First one being Group A, which is really interesting to see at Le Mans, claiming that they never raced there, but perhaps at Dutch Tourenwagen Masters, aka DTM, and used in rally. And the other category is the legendary Group C. They were used at Le Mans through 1982 to 1993, so 11 years in total, and that was the best era of racing on Le Mans, I can't lie to you guys. As I said before, Group C was used from 1982 to 1993, and in that time, when those cars were produced, they had no electronics, so no ABS and traction control, which makes them really hard to drive. I mean, to some point they are like the current LMDH category, as they also don't have the ABS and traction control. But the catch is that Group C cars have much more power, as the Nissan R89C has 918 horsepower, yes, that's right, and just under 1 ton, meaning that if you get on power in the wrong way and without traction control, you can slip out and the car can easily go off the track and just spin, which you would not want that happening, would you? But yeah, they are really challenging to drive, but that makes them interesting. we are still waiting for the practice session to end, as about 10 cars are left to finish their lap. So the qualifying for today is 15 minutes, and the race is going to be 2 shorter races, so 2 races, each one being 10 minutes, which is also more challenging as you don't have a lot of time, but you never know what can happen. And the practice has officially ended. We are waiting for the race director to start and approve the qualifying session, which will happen any moment from now. And the qualifying has officially begun. We've got 0 hours on racing today also. In yesterday's race, which was 2.5 hours of Le Mans, he unfortunately retired after about an hour and 30 minutes, I would say, when he had a fatal crash in his BMW M LMDH car. As he was coming out of the Porsche curves and there was a heavy rain going on in the race, he unfortunately could not stay on track and hit an LMP2 car. And after some time he retired. We've got also the shadow edits racing in the Porsche 962 car, going off the track and hitting the wall, coming out of the Daytona chicane, which is unfortunate. As I said, Group C cars do not have ABS and traction control, so, and also as they have great amount of power which can make them go at around 350 kilometers an hour and even more. And as in that time Le Mans didn't have the chicanes, the 2 chicanes they have now, so the cars could have gotten up to 380 kilometers an hour, which is the fastest time on Le Mans, I believe. And as you were going that fast, it was just a disaster for accidents, and that's the reason why Le Mans now has that 2 chicanes. But still, you need to be really careful driving there. As he's once again back on the Mosin Straight. Eleven and a half minutes left on the clock for the qualifying. Zero Overzone having to slow down so he can let the faster car coming his way, and that might slow him down. I'm pretty sure that he is still on his warm-up lap, but we will see in a moment as he is coming out of the Ford chicane. And now he is starting his first qualifying lap. Let's see how he does. Shadow was also racing in the yesterday's Le Mans race, but he also retired with his LMP2 car, and he is blocking that Porsche car that was going side to side with him in the Ford chicane. At no penalties for now, as he blocks him once again. And Shadow actually put the first time 4 minutes and 10 seconds, which there is quite a lot of improvement to be done, and at least 30 seconds you can get. I'm not sure what was going on there and why that slow of a time, but we will see as he is exiting the first chicane, Daytona chicane, and can he get some slipstream of the guys in front and maybe improve his lap time even more. Shadow now coming to the Arnage corner, the slowest corner at Le Mans, and he is now 17 seconds of improvement. As he is coming to the Porsche curves, there is some traffic there, so will he get slowed down a little bit? Early on the power, but can he keep up that speed coming out of that corner? Oh, what happened with the car? It just started decelerating. I'm not sure what happened there, as he is slowing down and going into the pit lane. I've got no idea what happened. That is really weird to see. He was coming out to the Porsche curves and just randomly his car, it's like it turned off. I really have no idea. Zero putting in his first lap, and for now it is enough to put him in the first place, as his time is 4:37. And there is still 4 minutes on the clock. Enough for one more lap, I would say. Smirks, you might just be right. He might have run out of gas, yeah. That is a possibility. That just might have happened. But now Zero is in the second place and coming a little wide through the Michelin chicane. He needs to improve on his time. If he does want to start first in the Group A category. Shadow once again coming out on the track and on his warm-up lap, trying to improve, as he is now in the last place. If he didn't run out of the power, he might just be able to be on the pole position. But that's really unfortunate, I have to say. Zero a bit wide and coming out of the Arnage, but managing it somehow. And as he is in the last sector of the circuit, can he make an improvement on his time? We will see shortly. but it does look like he will have time for one more lap. But the question is, does he have enough fuel? He is now in the 5th place with his time. How much of an improvement will it be? And it is enough to put him in the pole position. Well done. Oh, and that happened. 40 seconds on the clock. Shadow needs to hurry up if he wants to make a good qualifying time. As he comes out of the 4th chicane, and he will have time for one more lap. 5 seconds on the clock, and he manages it somehow. Oh, and there has been contact. That Group A car has blocked him. And Shadow, he maybe could have went to the right, but he is now in the run out area on the chicane part. And it does look like his car, yeah, he is not doing a lap anymore, and that's really unfortunate. And as I just wanted to say that, will that car slow him down? But it did more than that. It made him retire, should I say, in the qualifying. He is still going to participate in the race, but starting in the 17th position, which is really not a great place, is it? Few drivers still left on the track, and we are waiting for them to finish up. And the qualifying is officially over, which means it is time for race number 1. Shadow starting in the last place in the Group C category, and Zero starting first in Group A with his BMW M3 car. It is going to be an exciting race. And it is green lights. Shadow has a good start of the race. Zero overzone, not really, as he is now in the 7th place. Can Shadow make some overtakes here at the Dunlop chicane? We will see in a moment. As he cuts the chicane a little bit, still in the 17th place. No improvements through now, but there is still time, especially on the Mulsanne straight. Zero now all the way at the back. I'm not sure what happened with him. He was first, but it might look like that he had a bad start, which is unfortunate. Shadow is 1.5 seconds behind the next car, and he needs to have the perfect driving as those cars are really hard to drive and even more harder to overtake, especially as all of them are going about the same speed and having good entry and exit at the Mulsanne corner, heading to the Indianapolis, and now 2 seconds behind. What can he do? Zero not managing to make an overtake also, as he is now 3.3 seconds behind the next car. 6.4 minutes on the clock. The time is ticking, and so the opportunities for overtaking also. Group C cars already coming to the end of their first lap, and Shadow is going into the pit lane. What is the reason for this? Zero managing to make some time back as he is slowly getting back into the race, but 5 minutes left. Can he do something? Can he get lucky? Is the question. And Shadow going a little bit wide through the Daytona chicane, 43.7 seconds behind the next car, as that pit stop really put him off. But it is unfortunate, as he has the good pace while driving, but as it is now 3.5 minutes left on the race, that's really unfortunate that he will not be able to make something. But we never know what can happen, right? Zero is catching up now, 2 seconds behind. As he comes through the Malsain corner, can he manage something? Good save by the Zero, as he almost hits the wall exiting Arnage corner. But that slowed him down a little bit, as the cars in front are pulling away now. But he is getting some time back through the Porsche curves. Is this the moment he catches up to the cars in front, as he is now 1.3 seconds away and catching even more? Is this the moment he makes an overtake? Oh, little bit contact with the BMW in front. And that is going to slow him down once again, as it is 30 seconds left on the clock, so one more lap left. And Can he make an overtake here? As he makes good exit out of the Dunlop chicane. Will he catch up enough to have slipstream and makes his first overtake? Coming through Petra Rouge. Does he have that slipstream, and which will make him a little bit faster, but he now gets overtaking once again back in last place. He manages to defend his position in the Daytona chicane. Shadow 47 seconds behind, but the race has ended and the leader car has officially completed the race. Zero over zone, going side by side and going into the barrier. Can he manage it on the track? There is contact coming out of the Michelin chicane, and that he did not need that. Once again back in the last place. But is that damage enough to make an impact on his driving, as the cars in front are once again pulling away? And that is really unfortunate for him. Oh, and there's contact once again as he cuts through the Arnage and hits the person in front of him. He tried to make some time back, but this was not a way to do it. And that is it for the race number 1, as Zero crosses the finish line. Not a good start for Zero and Shadow, as both are placing in the last place. Can they make an improvement in the race number 2? We will have to wait and see. and the qualifying has begun. Both Zero and Shadow are in the pit lane. As Zero comes out of his box, he had the momentum and the pace for the pole position. Can he do it again? As Shadow is out of the pits too. Not being able to set a good time. But in qualifying you need to watch out for the track limits, as it will screw you up. Just like that, as he is now on the Mulsanne straight. Having a slide through the Daytona chicane, hits the wall, but it looks like it's just a little scratch and nothing special. But he needs to be careful. As he is trying to finish up his warm-up lap and get to the qualifying laps, but he still needs to be careful. Shadow now having a good entry through the Indianapolis, and Arnage too. But for this time, hopefully he and his team put enough fuel so he can have enough for the qualifying, as that's also what happened in the last one. He ran out of fuel as he was on his should I say the run for the best time. But coming out of the Porsche curves, his car ran out of fuel, and that was enough for him not being able to make the lap. As now he finishes his warm-up lap and is ready to put on a time. Going steadily through the Ford chicane. Not a lot of traffic for now, so that might be useful to him, as there is only one car here at Tetra Rouge now. But he overtakes safely and is now heading to the Daytona chicane. Hopefully nothing happens as the last lap, as he had a little scratch with the barrier. But it does look like his tires are not warmed up enough, and as he is sliding, entering the chicane, I'm not sure if that's the reason. Zero overzone also on his run to make a good qualifying time. Seven and a half minutes left for qualifying, and Shadow's driving looks promising, as he is going for that pole position. But now one of the most challenging corners is coming up, and it's Porsche curves and the karting curves. Can he keep up that speed? And he can. As he comes to the end of his lap, coming to the fourth chicane, and what time will it be? .348. He still needs to make at least 12 more seconds, as his time is now good for the second place, but that is going to change as other cars are completing their laps too. And Zero is in the barrier. What happened there? I'm not sure. That might look like there was some contact with the car in front, but doesn't look like there is some damage. Which is weird, as he definitely hit on barrier, but isn't going into the pit lane. Maybe it was just on spin. At what time will he put? None, as now he puts a time of 4 minutes and 40 seconds. but he only needs to make about 6 seconds, which is and is not easy to do. But we will have to see, as he doesn't have a lot of time. 4 minutes and 10 seconds. That is enough for one more lap, I would say. On top of his that he is doing right now. But it might look like that Nissan Group C car slowed him down just a little bit. But I'm sure that if nothing happens in the Porsche curves, that he can easily make the time for the pole position. And Shadow is coming to the end of his lap. Is that going to be track limits? It isn't. And he improves on his time, but still 7 seconds behind the pole time, and hasn't spun. And he's, what happened there? That might look like he braked too hard and he had a lockup. That is unfortunate. And that is going to cost him some time, but how much? Zero trying to get some time back, going through the Arnage. But he will get that time here now at the Porsche curves, as hopefully he keeps it on the track, and that is close, but still on the track. Can he manage it? As there is now less than 1 minute left for qualifying, and that is enough for Zero to have one more try for the qualifying, and he cuts the fourth chicane, and he gets some penalty and track limits, and his time is invalidated. And now he needs to watch out on how he is driving. Shadow not being able to get one more lap, so it is all or nothing now, as he, at the last sector, he was 3 seconds off his pace, and almost going off the track in the Porsche curves. Oh, and they're going side by side through the Corvette corner. He makes an overtake, but he gets his time is invalidated, as that is track limits and that is it. And it looks like he will be starting 14th in his category. And Zero is late on the brakes and doesn't get a penalty, which is interesting, but it might be enough for him to so he can't improve on his time. We will still have to see, as it doesn't look like it was that much slowed down, but it's still dependent on the Porsche curves at that, as that's where he had that accident. But he will definitely improve. The only thing Zero now needs to focus on is making sure that he doesn't get a track limit warning. And as he comes out of the fourth chicane, what time will he be able to make? And it is enough for the third place, 4 minutes and 36 seconds. Not the first place as we were expecting as last time, but the qualifying is now over and the race is going to start any second, as Shadow is starting 15th on the grid and Zero 19th, third in his category. As we are waiting for everyone to get ready, and it is green lights once again. Everyone having a good start. Shadow going safely, as Zero is too, not going back in the last place as last time. Are they making an overtake here through the Ford, through the Dunlop chicane? There is some side-to-side contact, but it is not anything special. Shadow now in the last place once again, but only 0.4 seconds behind, and as he exits the Tete Rouge, can he keep up that speed? And can he potentially make an overtake here at the Daytona chicane? Nothing for now, but he has a good exit out of there. As Zero has to 0.8 seconds behind. Doesn't look like he can make an overtake here, but he is going fast through the Porsche curves, and if he keeps up now his third position as he gets overtaking, some contact, and the leading car in the Group A is pulling away, which is not good for Zero. But if he can close that gap and just before the Porsche curves, he might be able to get first place. Shadow slowly catching up to the cars in front. Really on the power coming out of the Arnage. Going a little bit wide through the Porsche curves, but that is not important as he is making that time back and catching up. Oh, and there is contact. Zero hit the guy in front of him, almost going into the barrier, but keeping it on the track. But what happened is that the car in front of him was going a little bit slow, and that Zero was not able to move to the side on time. Less than 5 minutes left. Shadow is still trying to catch up, and he might be able to make some overtakes in the Michelin chicane. But he isn't able to, as there is traffic through there, and he needed to slow down. Zero unfortunately not being able to make that overtake, as the Audi in front of him was faster. And Shadow is in the wall. What happened here? This is just before this is at the Indianapolis corner. But what happened here? Oh no. It doesn't look like he is able to move. Will there be a yellow flag or something? And mainly, is he able to move his car at all? But it doesn't look like he can. Really unfortunate for Shadow. As now the Group A cars are catching up to Shadow, and yeah, it looks like that Shadow that he was maybe late on the brakes, or just pressing them a little bit too much, as his tires may have locked up and he went into the wall, as he has now retired. No, he isn't. And it does look like he can drive the car, but there is significant damage, and 1 minute and 16 seconds left. And as he is trying to keep the car once again on the track, and as I was saying earlier, that those cars have a lot of power, so you need to be careful. He doesn't have the right wheel, the right tire. Oh no, that is the reason why he can't to drive straight. Wow, that's really unfortunate. But the leader cars are slowly catching up to him. Oh no, that might be problem for him, as those cars may hit him. But he also might slow those cars down. Zero battling with the Audi in front of him, as the time for the race has run out. So this is the final lap. And can Zero use that slipstream for his advantage. Doesn't look like he can, as the car is still pulling away, and here come the faster cars, and Shadow has pulled to the side, which is good, as there might have been some worse things, as he's now waiting for all cars to pass by, as he tries to take his car to the end and the finish line. Wow, this is really interesting. His whole tire is gone. But how did he manage that? Because if his right tire is gone, he needed to hit that side of the car, which on Indianapolis corner you're turning left, but I don't remember that there is any barrier that you can hit from the right side, but really unfortunate. Zero now had Indianapolis himself. Can he catch up and to the guy in front, and as he goes wide through the Arnage, which will slow him down a little bit, as the gap for the car in front of him is rising. Group A cars are coming to the end, and can Zero do anything as he comes to the last set of corners? 1.1 second behind at the fourth chicane, and it doesn't look it is close, but unfortunately it is not enough, and the race has ended. Shadow finishing all the way at the back in the 27th place. Really unfortunate with that crash on the Indianapolis. And Zero Overzone now finishing third, which is an improvement. A really interesting race. We've had plenty of battles and plenty of crashes, but it was how it was. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. My name is Marco, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.